Well, go ahead and tell me the story of what happened to you.
So I was driving home from Poto, and I was coming up on the junction of Highway 271. And up ahead, I could see that someone had been kind of pulled over on the side of the road, had their flashers on and stuff. And so I was pulling in and I turned onto the junction of Highway 271, crossed the railroad tracks, and there were two vehicles parked on the side of the road. And the second one had their flashers on. And so I slowed down to probably 10, 15 miles an hour and just kind of barely scooted over beside them because it was coming up on a curve. And I didn't want to get in the other lane, afraid someone was going to come flying around that curve. And so I just kind of snuck beside them. And as soon as I passed them, they both just instantly got right behind me. And so I was like, okay, well, this is a little bit weird. And so I pulled my phone out because I was going to call my boyfriend who works at Worcester Public Schools. And I was going to call him, but then I didn't have any cell phone service because we were on the mountain. And so I pulled around that curve that I was just coming up on, and there was a gravel turnout on the right. And so I just pulled into that gravel turnout, fixing to turn around. And as I did, the first car that had been in front just barely crept beside me on the highway, just kept going. And I saw their brake lights kept turning on. So they were intentionally slowing down. And then the car that had been in the back just came up right behind me and just stopped right on my back bumper. And so as soon as that happened, I just pretty well gunned it and just turned around on the highway and headed back down. And when I looked in my rearview mirror, the car that had parked behind me just kept going up the mountain toward Tallahena. So
How long were they following you?
It was probably only like a half a mile before I hit that gravel turnoff, so it wasn't very far.
But it was obvious that this was a deliberate attempt to...
I do believe so, yes.
What time was it?
Around 8 o'clock in the evening.
So it was dark.
Yeah, it was getting dark pretty fast.
Were you one of the ones that called police?
Yes.
And did they tell you that there were other instances of this happening?
Yes. I had them reach out to me through Facebook and by calling me. So.
Wow. Did you get a vehicle description at all?
The only one of them was an older model Toyota SUV. It was like a faded olive green color. And then the other was another older model, small white pickup truck. I compared it to kind of that make of like a Ford Ranger type. It was really small. So, but other than that, I didn't think to get any license plate numbers or anything. And looking back, I wish I would have for sure.
I mean, there was just probably not even time. You were just probably panicked.
I was pretty panicked. Yeah, my only thought was like, I just need to get out of here, like find somewhere safe. But in there, both vehicles' windows were just completely blacked out, completely tinted. You could not see in either of them. So it's kind of scary.
Yeah, I wonder what they're trying to do.
I don't know if it's just like some type of scare tactic or something to get attention, or I don't know, but I don't really want to mess with it. I definitely don't want to experience something like that ever again. That's for sure.
Joke. Has it changed your driving habits at all?
Absolutely. I definitely try. Well, for one, I try if I'm going to have to go over that mountain again, I'm definitely going to take someone with me. Ask someone to ride with me. But like I said, my boyfriend drives that mountain every day. And he said that since it's happened to me and been reported, he's seen at least one highway patrol or one officer from LaFleur Police Department or Latimer Police Department on that road every day that he's been driving it since then. So that also helps.
Yeah, that has to be encouraging. Anything else that you want to add to let viewers know?
Just be careful, be safe, pay attention. I mean, I know we're told, not to text and drive or be on our phones or whatever, but, if I would have been on my phone or looking around or doing whatever, I might have not noticed that anything happened. And I mean, who knows what would have happened down the mountain if there was no traffic, no cell phone service or anything. So just be really aware of what's going on.